The collapses of Enron and WorldCom in the United States in 2001 and 2002, due to accounting scandals, led to the enactment of the Sarbanes-Oxley Act in 2002. Under the Act, Public Company Accounting Oversight Board was established in the United States to oversee the financial reporting of listed entities. Other jurisdictions have also actively introduced similar reforms. In Hong Kong, the Legislative Council passed the Financial Reporting Council Ordinance on the 13th of July 2006. The FRC was established in December 2006 and commenced full operation in mid-July 2007. Its main role is to monitor the quality of financial reporting of Hong Kong-listed entities. There are two major functions of the FRC. The first function is to conduct independent investigations into possible auditing or reporting irregularities of auditors or reporting accountants of listed entities. The second function is to inquire into possible non-compliance with accounting requirements on the part of listed entities. The FRC has the power to require the listed entities to remove any non-compliance identified. The FRC is funded by four parties: Hong Kong Institute of Certified Public Accountants, Companies Registry Trading Fund, Securities and Futures Commission, and Hong Kong Exchanges and Clearing Limited. What is an auditing or reporting irregularity? As stipulated in the FRC Ordinance, an auditing or a reporting irregularity includes, but not limited to, falsifying a document, making false or untrue statements, negligence, professional misconduct, and failure or neglect to observe, maintain, or otherwise apply a professional standard. What is non-compliance with accounting requirements? As stipulated in the FRC Ordinance, the FRC will consider if there is non-compliance with the accounting requirements set out in the company's ordinance, Hong Kong or International Financial Reporting Standards, accounting standards for business enterprises in the mainland, the listing rules, and the relevant SFC codes or guidelines. As stipulated in the FRC Ordinance, the financial information that the FRC looks into includes the annual financial statements, interim financial statements, specified reports included in a listing document, and summary financial reports. The FRC is governed by its council. Members are appointed by the Chief Executive of the Hong Kong SAR government. Most of the members, including the chairman, are non-accountants. 5 committees have been set up to advise the Council on relevant areas of its work. Each committee operates according to its terms of reference. The Honorary Advisory Panel is appointed by the Council to advise the FRC, including its committees and staff, with respect to any matter referred to the Honorary Advisors by the FRC. Investigations are normally undertaken by the Audit Investigation Board under the direction of the Council. Inquiries are normally conducted by the Financial Reporting Review Committee with members from the Financial Reporting Review Panel. The work of the FRC is subject to scrutiny by the Process Review Panel, ensuring all cases are handled in a fair and consistent manner. Members of the Process Review Panel are appointed by the Chief Executive of the Hong Kong SAR government. Apart from acting upon receipt of complaints from the public or referrals by other regulators or specified enforcement agencies, the FRC also reviews modified auditors' reports and selects financial statements for review under the Risk-Based Financial Statements Review Program. The FRC also follows news on listed entities and their auditors or reporting accountants to determine follow-up action. After the FRC receives a complaint or screens a set of financial statements, it may require the parties concerned to provide information where there are suspected auditing irregularities or non-compliance with accounting requirements. The FRC then decides whether or not to initiate an investigation or inquiry. If potential non-compliance with accounting requirements are identified but do not affect the fair presentation of the financial statements, the FRC issues letters of advice to the listed entities and/or their auditors and suggests improvement measures instead of initiating an investigation and/or inquiry. The FRC would consider referring cases which are out of its work remit to appropriate regulators or other specified enforcement agencies for appropriate action. For cases with potential auditing irregularities or non-compliance with accounting requirements identified, the FRC may initiate an investigation or inquiry. The FRC has the legal power to request the parties concerned to produce records and respond to questions. The parties concerned are obliged to provide the FRC with all assistance in connection with the investigations and inquiries. Upon completion of an investigation, any auditing or reporting irregularities found may be referred to the appropriate specified enforcement agencies for follow-up action. After the completion of an inquiry, if it appears to the FRC that the relevant financial report does not comply with the relevant accounting requirements, it will require the listed entity to rectify the non-compliance identified. After the completion of an investigation or inquiry, a case report will be compiled by the Audit Investigation Board or the Financial Reporting Review Committee for adoption and publication by the Council. As stipulated in the FRC Ordinance, if the Council is of the opinion that any person named in the report will be adversely affected by its publication or disclosure, the named person will be given a reasonable opportunity of being heard. In deciding whether or not to publish a report, the Council will consider if the publication may adversely affect the named persons or adversely affect any criminal proceeding or other proceedings that have been or are likely to be instituted. The Council will also consider whether the publication will be in the interest of the investing public or in the public interest. To build ties with other regulators in Hong Kong, the FRC has signed a Memoranda of Understanding with a number of regulators to set out cooperation arrangement. The Securities and Futures Commission, the Stock Exchange of Hong Kong Limited, the Hong Kong Institute of Certified Public Accountants, the Hong Kong Monetary Authority and the Insurance Authority have signed MOUs with the FRC. Outside Hong Kong, the FRC has signed a Memorandum of Understanding with the Ministry of Finance of the People's Republic of China to set out a framework for investigative cooperation. We have also established channels of communication with the Commercial Crime Bureau of the Police, the Independent Commission Against Corruption, and the Company Registry.